He made a hole-in-one?
that board, yeah. 15.
That's a good hole-in-one.
January 25th, 1990.
That's a good one, up the
I
hill.
think he's like, you were right
It's a
after
blind
him.
tee shot.
You were right after him.
I made one over in 2. I made one on 2 and
And
one on 11.
Your 11 plaques right now.
Yeah, I've had 2 of them out here. One I made on 2, I had no witnesses.
Really?
Yeah, I was practicing in the evening. Hit a 3-iron in there and gone.
3 on? How far of a hole? 3 on?
It's like 240.
You rolling? All yours? Roll.
Okay, ready?
One of the best shots I ever hit, no one saw.
Okay, ready?
All set?
Okay, so 18 majors, 62 to 86. Looking back at what you learned from Dad and getting to know Jack over the years, what do you think that the key was to that, winning all those majors?
Well, I think you got to have the desire. One, well, talent's a given. You need that first and foremost. But to have the desire to do it that hard for that long, it's not easy to do. And he did it better than anyone has ever done in history.
And at 15 years old, you end up at Bel Air. I need you to describe to me the majesty of the man. I'm sure you were nervous that day, knowing you were going to meet him. But
Yeah, I was definitely nervous when on that first tee at Bel Air and hitting shots. Eddie Merrins invited me to come up, and the little pro said, "You're going to warm up for Jack," and I said, "All right, fine." I warmed up, I hit a few shots, and said my goodbyes, and I had to go play my high school match later that day, so I drove back down, went out to Los Coyotes, and we played our high school match.
what do you remember about his approach to you and the charisma, he said something to you. He said, you got a future in this game. I don't know if you remember that. But coming from someone like that, and now having known him all these years later, what are those characteristics?
Well, I think for me, I think probably the moment that sticks in my brain, probably two of them actually. Number one being when I was, 19, playing in my first Masters, and I got a chance to play with him and Arnold in a practice round on Wednesday, and we're playing skins, and I don't have any cash, and so we're out there playing for cash, and we kind of, I win a few, he wins a few, Arnold wins a few, whatever. It ends up coming down the last hole, right? Arnold makes a bomb on us, and he wins all the skins, and then they, Jack needles Arnold a little bit, and then as they're walking off, he said, "We're going to go to the par 3 course to play. You want to join us?" I said, "Well, I'm scheduled to go off later. I can't, get a earlier tee time." They said, "Just follow us." So they went over there and said, "Hey, we're gonna play," and they walked right up there next on the tee, Arnold, Jack, and we. So we went out there and played 9 more holes, and that was a day of a lifetime for me. And then the other one was to play in his last PGA at Valhalla. That was pretty neat. His mother just passed away that week, and for him to basically just suck it up and just go ahead and play. And then it came down the last hole on Friday afternoon. I was playing well, and he kind of fought his way back into it, where we thought at the time that birdie was going to make the cut. And I remember walking off the tee and saying, "Hey, let's finish it off the right way." And he said, "Yeah." And we both knew what that meant. Go make birdies, right? So I'm up there, I think in the bunker or something like that, and in 2. He's got a little wedge shot, and I was up near the green when he hit his wedge shot. So to me, it looked really good in the air as I'm watching it, and as it was spinning back, I thought he made it, and everyone jumped and hooped and hollered, and I thought he made the cut on that number. Unfortunately, when we got in, he missed it by a shot, but to go through what he went through and then to come back out and play at that level and that focus, that was legendary. That's one of the reasons why he won as many tournaments as he won, is because of that type of focus.
Let me give you some quotes here from him. He said that he's a firm believer in the theory that people only do their best at things they truly love. And it was in regards to his competitive spirit, playing the players and the Weisskopfs and the Watsons. Can you identify with that and explain a little bit of that, the competitive spirit?
Oh, absolutely. That's what it's all about. I mean, you don't teach that edginess. That's something I think that's innate. Either you have it or you don't. You can teach someone to get stronger, to get faster, but if they really don't want it, if they really don't want it to, they really don't want to win, they're not going to. You're gonna have to want it more than somebody else. And when you have that, I think, and you have that type of spirit, your practice sessions are different. You prepare differently. I've got a chance to know other athletes in other sports who are the greatest of all time, and people have no idea how hard they work away from that sporting arena. The hours upon hours of thinking about it, and then the drills upon drills upon drills that they do. You just don't magically show up and Jack goes out and shows up and wins the tournaments, or Michael goes ahead and shows up and dunks a basketball or hits a fadeaway. Or Raj, what he does in tennis. You just don't show up and do these things. These are things that, you have the talent, but just the hours upon hours of work that people don't see.
And another one, perseverance. He said, the worse you're performing, you'll love this one, the more you must work mentally and emotionally. The greatest and toughest art in golf is playing badly well.
Well, exactly. Yep.
Explain it.
Well, you're not going to have your best stuff. I look at it this way. You're going to have one bad round. Even if you win the tournament, if you look back over it, you're going to have 3 good days, and you're going to have one bad day. How bad is your bad day? Is your bad day 75, 76, 77, 73, whatever it is? Or is your bad day where you grind out hard enough and made a putt, or eked out a 69, eked out a 70 to keep yourself in the ball game, and then your other 3 rounds carry you to victory? But if you don't grind out that one day, you're not going to have the opportunity to win the tournament. And sometimes, unfortunately, that bad day is on the last day, after you've had 3 great days, and then you just don't have it. You don't have it on the range. You don't know where it's going. You don't have the feel of the putter is gone. Like, this is a foreign object in your hands. It happens. It happens to us all. But you got to find a way to get it done. And he was great at it. That's one of the reasons why he won 18 of them.
You have 9 USGA national championship titles, more than him, more than Bobby Jones, or tied with Bobby Jones. The U.S. Open, toughest test. Everyone always says it. What does it take to win that 4 times, as Jack did?
Patience, lots and lots of patience. It's a different Open era now than it used to be. Back when he was playing and early in my career, it was set up differently. It was every day, same tee markers. Everything's the same. It's just that the greens, they move the pins around a little bit and try and get the greens harder and harder and harder and harder every day. Now, Mike does some weird things and move tees around and shifts them drivable, non-drivable, shaved areas around the greens. Before, if you miss a green, is automatic lob wedge, hack it out of the rough, try and make about a 15-footer. That's the way U.S. Opens were. Now they're very different. They're very, very different, and it's more of adaptation. How can I adapt to this new setup? Like, for instance, the first time I've ever seen Mike ever do, or anybody ever do this, was at 14 at Torrey Pines. It's normally a 3-wood off the tee and about a 9-iron or 8-iron to the green. All of a sudden, he moves it all the way up so you can hit a 3-wood on the green and try and drive it. It was just mind-blowing. We never saw this tee box up there. It's in front of the ladies' tees. And now it's about there's no continuity to it. Before, the U.S. Opens were every day, same, you know what to expect. Now it's changed. But you still got to have an enormous amount of patience. You're going to still have to make those big par putts. You still don't have to make those great saves. You're going to have to wedge out and then get up and down from 80 yards. That's just part of playing U.S. Opens. And you look at Jack's career and what he's done over the years, how consistent he was in these events. Well, he's one of the best ball strikers that's ever lived, and he's also one of the best putters. That's a good recipe for a U.S. Open champion.
Here you go. Do you have any favorite memories? I mean, you were 8 in '86 at the Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch it?
I remember that, actually. I do remember watching him make that putt. I don't remember 15, I don't remember 16, or any of the other part of the runs that he made, prior to that. All the other birdies, or when he bogeyed 12, I don't remember any of those things, but I do remember the arm going up on 17, and then both arms going up on 17. And then 18, I remember 2 things on 18. The putt was dead center, If you just hit it 2 more rolls, it's in. And then the hug with his son, because that felt like it was a connection between me and my dad. That was very, very powerful. Even for me at that age, it was pretty cool because maybe me and my dad can do that one day. Unfortunately, that day never happened.
The other thing, last question, he talks about family a lot. You know, now you're very close with those 2 kiddies of yours.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he kind of said, you know, I probably would have won more majors if I wasn't committed to my family and my life outside of golf. But yet, I always think that maybe that also enabled him to win 18 championships. He had it all in perspective. Do you know, can you see what I'm talking about?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It allows me to escape the pressure and demands of tournament golf. When I'm around the kids, I think there's nothing else that enters my mind but them. And now in the new day and age with cell phones and texting and all those different things, my phone's off. When I'm with my kids, it's off. Anything else can just wait. Put them to bed, and then I'll turn my phone back on. Next thing I got 50 messages I got to return. But I know exactly what he means, because the world stops when my kids are around me. It's just the coolest experience, and to help them grow and help teach them and mold them, to me, it's the ultimate.
One more. Him, the
We
man.
need to go. Yeah,
You
thank
do?
you. Yes, he does.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
thank you.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you, Tom.
You got it, guys.
Can you get me a DVD of this?
Here it
Yeah,
is.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Glenn, take care.
Ross, thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks a lot.
You take it easy.
Thanks, Tiger.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate it.
Thank you.